Our historical past is pieced together from indirect knowledge. Excavations, old texts, cave drawings, legends, and so forth were used to construct a working hypothesis. From all this material an impressive and interesting mosaic was made, but it was the product of a preconceived pattern of thought into which the parts could always be fitted, though often with cement that was all too visible. An event must have happened in such and such a way, in that way and no other. And lo and behold, if that's what the scholars really want, it did happen in that way. We are entitled, indeed we ought, to doubt every accepted pattern of thought or working hypothesis, for if existing ideas are not called in question, research is at an end. So our historical past is only relatively true. If new aspects of it turn up, the old working hypothesis, however familiar it may have become, must be replaced by a new one. It seems the moment has come to introduce a new working hypothesis and place it at the very center of our research into the past. New knowledge about the solar system and the universe, about macrocosm and microcosm, tremendous advances in technology and medicine, in biology and geology, the beginning of space travel. These and many other things have completely altered our world picture in fewer than 50 years. Today we know that it is possible to make spacesuits that can withstand extremes of heat and cold. Today we know that space travel is no longer a utopian idea. We are familiar with the miracle of color television, just as we can measure the speed of light and calculate the consequences of the theory of relativity. Our world picture, which is already almost frozen into immobility, begins to thaw. New working hypotheses need new criteria. For example, in the future, archaeology can no longer be simply a matter of excavation. The mere collection and classification of finds is no longer adequate. Other branches of science will have to be consulted and made use of if a reliable picture of our past is to be drawn. So let us enter the new world of the improbable with an open mind and bursting with curiosity. Let us try to take possession of the inheritance the gods have bequeathed to us. At the beginning of the 18th century, ancient maps which had belonged to an officer in the Turkish Navy, Admiral Piri Reis, were found in the Topkapi Palace. Two atlases preserved in the Berlin State Library, which contain exact reproductions of the Mediterranean and the region around the Dead Sea, also came from Piri Reis. All these maps were handed over to American cartographer Arlington H. Mallory for examination. Mallory confirmed the remarkable fact that all the geographical data were present but not drawn in the right places. He sought the help of Mr. Walters, cartographer in the U.S. Navy Hydrographic Bureau. Mallory and Walters constructed a grid and transferred the maps to a modern globe. They made a sensational discovery. The maps were absolutely accurate, and not only as regards the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea. The coasts of North and South America and even the contours of the Antarctic were also precisely delineated on Piri Reis's maps. The maps not only reproduced the outlines of the continents, but also show the topography of the interiors. Mountain ranges, mountain peaks, islands, rivers, and plateaus were drawn in with extreme accuracy.